What's going on, fight fans? Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of the Main Event Podcast right here on Franchise Sports Media. I'm your host, Kalani with my co-host, Griff Kim. Griff, my man, how you doing?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. What about you?
Oh, brother, I'm doing good. Mine is the fresh cut right now. I'm doing really good.
Fresh to death. Fresh to death.
Man, I had to let them know. Why? We got so much to get to. We got a UFC fight card this weekend that is oozing with talent and exciting fights. Then we got some news to get to, especially in the world of mixed martial arts and in boxing. I know you can't wait for that part. We'll wait for that a little bit. Griff, can I ask you a personal question?
Let me hear it.
Have you ever seen an execution?
Only in the history books, brother. Only in the history books.
Okay. Same here. I thought we were done with public executions, but apparently, according to Dana White and the UFC, they're like, no. Wait till you see what we got here. Nate Diaz, the Stockton bad boy, who has one fight left on his UFC contract, has been begging, pleading to get into a fight. He's called out this champion, this number one contender, that number one contender, lightweights, welterweights, middleweights. He's called out heavyweights.
The Francis Ngannou himself.
I mean, he's just saying, give me whoever. Like Habib said, send me location. Dana and the UFC is like, no, we're going to figure it out. And then they said, hey, Nate, you want one more fight? Guess what? We're going to give you Khamzat Chimaev, the Wolf. We're going to hand you to him. Now, don't get me wrong. Nate Diaz is going to be able to hold his own. But Griff, when this news first came out, I think just in general, the initial reaction was, oh my God, they are putting him on a platter and serving him to the hungry wolves. What was your thoughts about this matchup?
It's not what I expected. You know, I think my opinion was like everyone else. I thought we were all going to get the trilogy with him and Conor McGregor. But the problem with this is you get a lot of guys, once this fight was announced, you have guys like Leon Edwards and Dan Hardy coming out saying this, like you were saying, this is a massacre. They're doing Nate Diaz so dirty. You got Dana White coming out saying, you know, he wanted the fight, he wanted out, he wanted this. I think we're not giving enough credit to the Stockton bad boy. We're not giving credit to Diaz. He is a fighter. He is one of the greats in this business. But it is hard to imagine that this fight goes any other way than Khamzat Chimaev coming in there, like he said, kill everybody. I kill everybody, brothers. It's going to be hard to watch, but it's going to be. We can't miss it. You can't miss it. It's Nate Diaz's last fight. This is going to be. You don't know, is this really going to give Khamzat Chimaev another edge, another push towards that title that they want him to get to? Maybe not. Nate Diaz really hasn't been on the winning streak, you know, but it's going to be entertaining for sure.
Oh, it is going to be must see. And while Nate has struggled, as you mentioned, in some of his recent fights, one thing we know, he's a gamer. It's not many fights in his career, win, lose, or draw, where he didn't show up. Yeah, there might have been a fight where it just wasn't his night. Okay, that happens. But more often than not, he shows up. The biggest issue with Nate Diaz is that it takes him 24 and a half minutes to get into the fight before he realizes, I could maybe win this thing if I throw some more punches and get aggressive. We saw it against Leon Edwards. 4 rounds of him getting beat up on. 5th round, he decides to turn it on and says, hey, I won the fight. No, buddy, that's not how it works. It's like when Chael Sonnen fought Anderson Silva. I thought, this was a great line. Chael Sonnen beating up on Anderson Silva the first time. 4 rounds. The 5th round, he loses via submissions. He said, I thought we did it round by round. So at the end, I would have won 4 rounds to 1. Just classic American gangster Chael Sonnen right there.
Love that man.
This is going to be a fun matchup. And I will say this, Griff. I thought about it as you were talking. As much as we're all going here on Khamzat's side, that's nothing but motivation for Nate Diaz. That's nothing. This is a gamer. This is one of the toughest UFC fighters we've ever seen. He's fought a who's who, a litany of trained assassins in the octagon. Now he's looking and saying, y'all are really doubting me? I'm not at the end of my career. I'm at the end of my contract. Does that mean I'll resign? Possibly. Do I want to go into the world of boxing and maybe take on some of these celebrities who are trying to get into it? Okay, but you guys are looking at it as if I'm 43 years old and I'm over the hill and I'm done. This might be motivation for the Stockton bad boy to come in and prove everybody y'all must have forgot.
You know, we could all sit here and feel bad for him. We could say, oh, poor Nate Diaz. He has to go against this animal, you know. But at the same time, do you think Nate's sitting there thinking this? Nate doesn't give a damn who he's in there with. Nate says, "Let me fight whoever. Let me do what I love. I love to scrap. I love to throw the hands. I don't care who it is." And then his motivation is probably more on the fact of, "Let me do this one more time, and then let me go get the bag with either Jake Paul or whoever else he wants, whatever endeavors he wants to do afterwards." We should not sit here and feel bad for the man.
No.
He's doing what he loves. It's going to be a great fight.
And we do it all in tongue-in-cheek, just having a little bit of fun. Obviously, we know these are two warriors who are going to step in that octagon. They're going to give us their all, and it's going to be a tremendous matchup. It's just, it's a nice narrative to just push in. But we do know sometimes, and it goes both ways, sometimes when you're at the end of your contract, you kind of have that 1 foot out the door, 1 foot in. And what does Dana White say? If you're feeling like that, you need to leave this sport because there's no room for that. But then there's also that, what if I go out swinging with one last bang? Just like in the movie $1 Million Baby with Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman. Great movie, by the way. And Hilary Swank. But every fighter has one more fight left in them. You don't know when it is, but you got one more fight. Maybe Nate feels like, if this is truly my last time in the UFC, let me go out with a bang and let me go out here and upset your guys' boy, everybody's man right here who thinks he's the next great hype. Let me go ahead and stop that train and leave on a high note and then take that momentum into whatever endeavor he does afterwards. I can't wait for the fight. I know you can't wait for the fight.
So excited.
Now, that's one fight we cannot wait for. Another fight we cannot wait for is Aljamain Sterling defending the title against the former champion, TJ Dillashaw. Dillashaw coming back. He had his suspension for popping hot for steroids. It happens. Hey, what did coach say? If you're not cheating, you're not trying to win. So he's coming back. He's showing that, okay, I'm still one of the top fighters with the victory. Now he's taking on Aljamain Sterling. That is going to be an intriguing matchup of two unique styles, Sterling, Dillashaw. We're not going to break it down, but what are your thoughts on the matchup?
Well, the card that fight is on, the entire card, I'm excited. We'll get into that.
We're going to get to that.
Interesting. Really interesting. Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw. I mean, a lot of people assumed TJ Dillashaw, after he got done with the suspension, was going to come back and have the chance to, eventually get back into that title contention. He looked great. He did. He looked great in his first fight back against Corey Sandhagen, who is no chump whatsoever.
No,
and when you're off, 2-3 years suspension? 2 years, and you come back and you fight Corey Sandhagen and you get the dub, you get the win. That's very impressive. It's earned. It's earned. I don't have a problem with him being here already, fighting Sterling. I think it's gonna be an interesting matchup. It's gonna be interesting to see more of TJ Dillashaw. I want to see more of him.
Very much so, and this is a chance for Aljamain Sterling to go out there. He already did against Peter Yan in solidifying himself as the champion. Now he gets to go out there and say, okay, I'm the king of the mountain right now. How long can I stay up here? How long can I be the man at the top? It's easy to climb the ladder because you're hungry. You see the goal. Now that I'm up here and I got everyone else climbing up here trying to get this, how long can I stay up here and hold the fort down? For Aljamain Sterling, I've always thought for a long time, he's somebody that if he can put it all together consecutively, he can win a title. He has done that. Can he continuously do that? We saw in his matchup against Peter Yan, his grappling, very good.
Very good.
His jiu-jitsu, control on the ground, very good. He may not have the one-punch power. Not many guys at 135 do. But Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw, the matchup, the styles, the strategies that are going to go into it, it is going to be a match of chess, not checkers. In this particular one, again, as we get closer, we will break it down even more. But that is a very, very interesting matchup to look forward to.
Good?
Oh, I'm real good. You know why?
What?
Because we are going to find out. We are going to find out who is the lightweight champion, who is the GOAT at 155, who should wear the strap. Islam Makhachev, a protege of Khabib Nurmagomedov, the former champion, the undefeated champion. This is his protege, the next great one from Dagestan to take over the world.
Yep.
What's the champ's name?
Do Bronx.
The champion has a name, and it is Charles Oliveira. There you go, my man. There you go. That's how we say it on this show. They are set to collide UFC 280. Like we said, this card in general, the main event, we are going to find out who actually is going to be the true champion. Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira going at it. Griff, I'm going to let you start first because you see I'm excited.
Yep.
What are your thoughts when you heard about this matchup?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. This is the build-up. It's months away. It's not till October, and I cannot wait for this fight.
I feel like it's around the corner.
They already had the press conference the other day with O'Malley and Oliveira, and the way Oliveira talks about this fight, you know he knows what this means.
Yes.
You know he knows who's training, who's that guy's coach. Oh, it's just one of the greatest lightweights, if not the greatest of all time.
That's all it is.
Talking mess, not just the guy he's about to fight, his coach talking mess. Big time. And Oliveira, he's not flinching. He's not flinching even a little bit. He says, I've taken on the Gaethjes, I've taken on the Poiriers, I've taken on the Chandlers. What you think I'm going to be scared now just because you're not the guy, but the protege of that guy? Nah, Oliveira is so ready for this. It's so exciting to see. It brings so much. The lightweight division's already hyped up and considered one of the best in the company. But this is just a whole new wave of energy for this division, and I'm so excited.
Very much so. Historically, 155 has been one of the consistently stronger divisions for the UFC and mixed martial arts in general. But you're absolutely right. When this matchup was announced, I was so excited, one, because it's Oliveira returning to the cage. But like you said, he understands what is at stake here. He understands, like you pointed out, look at my resume. Look at guys I've beaten. For some of them, look how I beat them. And yet, there's this cloud over here of, you're good. You're good. But how good are you when you got this going? But now I'm taking on this protege that everyone thinks is the next great. Well, if I defeat him, not only am I the champion once again, but now I got an argument to say, hey, if you're the lightweight GOAT and I'm the lightweight GOAT and you've been talking trash, you're at 29-0. Why don't you go for 30-0, come after the champion? Because the champion's name is Charles Oliveira. He even says, I do not mind starting this match on the ground. One of the things in mixed martial arts, all the fights start standing up, right? Oliveira's like, oh, you're supposed to be a really good wrestler. You're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be good in jiu-jitsu, sambo wrestling, right?
Right.
I only have the most submissions in UFC history. Why don't you come on down here, big boy? I'll gladly entertain this matchup. This, to me, honestly, like you said, it is a couple of months away, but the anticipation, the matchup of these two styles, and they're in their primes.
Yes.
Islam, you can make an argument, maybe, he might win, but maybe he's a year or two away from truly being in his absolute prime. But him and Oliveira right now are peaking and meeting. You don't get this too often, Griff. I am uberly excited for this matchup of Dagestan, Brazil, in Abu Dhabi.
I just hope that, I know Oliveira's going to show up. We've seen it time and time again.
It's Oliveira.
We know he's going to show up. We know there's been enough doubt in this last previous few fights where we're done with the doubting. Maybe I slightly doubt his opponent. Maybe I think that the cloud that's coming, the hype, it's real. Oliveira knows it's going to be a challenge. But maybe that's provided more by his coach than the man who can. Just real quick for me, do me a favor. Who's the best guy that Islam Makhachev beat on his way up to this title shot?
No, hold on, wait. I know this one. Hold on, wait.
I understand if it takes a while.
No, it was Tony Ferk. No, wait.
No.
You didn't fight him. No. Hold on. It was Anthony Pett. No. Hold on. No, Griff. Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
It was Michael Chant. No. It was Justin Gates. No. It was Dustin Port. Wait. No. It was
His one great attribute that got him in this fight. His coach is named Khabib. I'm sorry to say, we still need to see it. It's going to be a great fight, but we need to see. Are you as good as your coach? Are you here just because of your coach? What's the deal here? And if you're going to talk the mess you've been talking, now the champ, Du Bronx, Oliveira is going to show you. Oliveira is going to test you.
You know what? That is a great point. And I was thinking this as you were saying it. What if, in a way, the strategy is for Khabib? He sees what Oliveira has been doing. He hears the chirps of him possibly being known as the greatest 155er. What if Khabib says, what if I get your mind on me and not on my protege? Now Islam could just go in there. He doesn't have to back up the tree talking. He doesn't have to go in. Basically, in a way, I'm playing with house money here. If I lose, I'm the protege that didn't live up to the hype. If I win, I just beat the house. But Khabib is like, oh, no, my brother, check this. If you go in there and no one's talking about you, but they're talking about me coming out of retirement, taking on Oliveira, if he beat you, you can go in there now with no pressure on you. None whatsoever, because if you lose, I might come out of retirement, beat this fool down, which I highly doubt, and get it back from him. So I wonder if there's a little gamemanship going on there. We've seen it plenty of times before. If I get you to think about me as opposed to your actual opponent, would I get you to overlook him? Possibly, but then like you pointed out in the press conference, the champion Charles Oliveira doesn't overlook anybody.
No,
Why?
he doesn't.
I've been through everybody. I've seen the best. I've fought the best. I've beaten the best. So it is going to be fantastic to see these two step up and to finally have a true champion, not the vacant one. So I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Gonna be exciting. Gonna be a good one.
I'm reluctant to bring this up, but I know it's a sweet spot for you.
Say it.
There might be a rematch happening, not just this weekend, but later in the year here in Las Vegas. In the world of boxing, Floyd Mayweather. You guys remember him, right? Kind of good, 50-0, highest grossing boxer of all time.
A little old.
Okay. So he might be taking on an opponent he's already beaten if talks are heating up. That possibly Floyd Money Mayweather and the Irishman, the champ, Conor McGregor, rematch 2 in the world of boxing in the squared circle, possibly a rematch later this year in Las Vegas. It's the second highest grossing boxing event of all time behind Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Griff, I'm not even going to ask. Tell us, Conor Mayweather.
Conor real quick, Conor real fast, all right? But here's the thing, all right? I would love it. I would love for Conor to get that chance to redeem himself, get in. And let's not get it twisted. That man came out with a dub even in that first one with the bag he secured. Okay. You got to give credit to the man when he's getting the bag. But here's the thing. I love it. I would have no problem seeing him box, but the thing is, I need to see. I want him back in the octagon.
Yes.
What was the argument he had when he first fought Dustin Poirier the second time around? He said, "I lost because I was focused too much on a possible fight with Manny Pacquiao. I was too focused on the boxing." I love Conor's ambition. I love the fact that he's going out and wanting to take on 2 sports. But let's get it back in the octagon. Let's get in there. Let's put our names back in that lightweight division and make sure that people understand that things ain't changed. The only thing that's changed is my man went from a 155-pounder. He damn near looks like he could take on Francis Ngannou. He's thick. He's thick. He's looking big. He ain't
missing no meals.
No, he ain't. It's still a little bit of time. Still a little bit of time with the leg. He's gonna recover. He's still working his way back. But I wouldn't be shocked to see maybe early next year. Maybe if we're really lucky, maybe the end of December, but more likely the beginning of next year, we see the Notorious One return to the octagon and make people understand this ain't new. Get people, they must have forgot.
Let me ask you this, Griff, in all honesty.
Yeah.
November, the UFC loves to go to New York. Dana White says that they are going back to New York. That's a big card. December, we know they put on that big end of the year Las Vegas card. They like to open up the year in January with a nice card as well. Good main event, some good matchups is there. February, you have the Super Bowl. If you are in the room negotiating when this possible matchup could happen, do you want to schedule it around some of these big events since the hype and the anticipation and the attention is there? Do you maybe wait till after football season? That attention has gone away as it shifts over to the draft. You do have the UFC, you do got basketball, but now you can hop in there and possibly do it. And then, like you said, it gives Conor a little bit of time to get his leg right and possibly, given what we saw the first time around, work on something called, Griff, you ever heard of this thing called cardio?
Heard of it.
You ever heard of it? Now, granted,
my
I'm not one to talk about it. It's nobody's favorite. I'm not one to talk about it. I'm not the one trying to step in the ring either. So Conor could have a little bit of time. We know he hates doing cardio, evident by how many of his fights now. But I'm with you. I don't knock his ambition. I respect the man's hustle. He's definitely gone out there and set a trend, and he's done tremendous for himself. But you made your name in the cage. You became the notorious Conor McGregor, the champ, the big brand that you are. Not even name, but the brand that you are by doing what you do in the octagon. There's nothing wrong with stepping into the square circle. At some point, we got to see you in the octagon. We got to see you doing right by there. We got to see you winning and having your hand raised there. Not seeing it and then seeing you in these big matches. I'm going to be honest, Griff. They're going to have to put together one tremendous promo video because right now, as excited as it sounds, I'm not all that into it simply because since Floyd, we haven't seen him really since Floyd. Before he fought Floyd Mayweather, he was good, riding high.
Top of the world.
The Floyd Mayweather loss. The Khabib loss. The Cowboy Cerrone win. 2 Dustin Poirier losses.
Yeah.
1-4 in his last 5. Griff, I'm not that excited to see somebody average.
You're not excited to see somebody average, but you know who you are excited to see. You're excited to see a man who fears no one. All right, when it's all said and done, when the Notorious One finally puts his gloves down on the mat, people are going to look at his career and say the Floyd Mayweather was the turning point of the career. There was a little bit of a problem. That's what caused the stop of the momentum. And people could argue maybe if he never went and fought Floyd, maybe he focuses more on his UFC career. Maybe he's consistently in the UFC. Maybe things, maybe he fights different people. It could go different, but it doesn't matter because after he made his billions, after he made his millions with Floyd Mayweather, who does he go after first? Who's the man he goes after? The man everyone was afraid of in the lightweight division. He went after Khabib. Then after the Khabib loss, he goes up to 170. That's 2 weight divisions. That's 2 jumps up from when he was previously a 145 pounder. Impressive. Then he goes and gets that win against Cowboy. It's Cowboy. But then he goes and fights Dustin Poirier. The man is not afraid to get in there with anybody, and you have to give him credit for that. And that's the thing is his ambition, that's going to take him into the fights that everybody wants to see. Nobody wants to see Conor fight some guy who has a few wins and no name. Conor's going to go after the big names. He knows that's where he belongs, and that's where we all want to see him at.
We'll dive more into this later as it progresses. Okay. Yeah. We will dive more into it. Let's dive into something that is going to be recent. What we do know is going to happen. UFC 277 this weekend, Saturday. We are getting the rematch, another rematch. Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, the greatest women's mixed martial artist of all time, looking to redeem her last loss, get her title back from the woman who called her shot from day one and cashed in. Juliana Peña, they finished up coaching The Ultimate Fighter. Pretty good season, by the way.
It's good.
Now we got Nunes, Peña, 2. What are your thoughts on this matchup between the ladies stepping in the cage once again?
Oh, man. Well, the fact that we saw Nunes lose to Peña in that first one, I think it shocked everyone. It was
very much so.
It was completely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Nobody expected Nunes to lose ever again.
Peña did.
Peña, except for Peña.
Peña did.
Peña was the only one.
She was the only one. No, I told you guys. I told you guys.
Oh, you told me. Okay. Yeah. And then
that's what she was saying.
Peña, what I would hope for this fight, no matter who wins, I want to see, this fight's going to show whether Peña's really like that, if Peña's really on that level with Nunes, or Nunes had been going on a dirty streak. She had not been challenged whatsoever. She just been running through these girls, everybody in the division. So now she got that challenge. She got woken up a little bit, got hit in the mouth, and realized, oh, maybe she dropped it. Maybe she dropped her guard a little bit, came in, tried to coast a little bit. I think this fight's going to reveal whether Nunes was just not on her game, coasting, gotten too used to the limelight, or if Peña really is saying, my division now, my time. We are not equals. You are below me. It's gonna show a lot. It's gonna see. I'm super excited too. Anyone who doesn't feel the hype for this fight or doesn't feel this card is worth watching, make that mistake if you want. I for one, I know both of us. We will be tuning in.
Oh, we'll be tuning in, no doubt.
Just as excited as always.
There's no questions about it. Amanda Nunes. Hey, Amanda. You brought in an excellent point with the run she was going on, defeating former champions. She is defeated outside of Peña now. Before that, she defeated every female fighter who held UFC gold 135 and at 145. She just hasn't fought those at 125, but she defeated the GOAT at 125 and Valentina Shevchenko twice. Amanda, and this brings up an excellent point, a famous quote from former middleweight boxing champion, great, marvelous Marvin Hagler. It's tough to wake up and run 5 miles when you're sleeping in silk sheets. And for Amanda Nunes, for the run she was going on, for as long as it was and as dominant as she was, you're right. You get to the point where it just becomes another name. another number on your resume where possibly you overlook it, especially given, again, Peña has been calling for this even before she got injured. I can beat Amanda Nunes. I'm the one to dethrone her while she was injured and recovering. Dana, I'm the one that's going to come back and beat her. When she came back, Dana, give me the shot. I'm the one that could beat her. Gets the fight. Nunes, I'm going to be the one to beat you. And she pulls it off. What I'm wondering is, what you alluded to, is this like what we saw from Matt Serra, Georges St. Pierre the first time? Georges St. Pierre is supposed to be the next great all-time champion, just defeated Matt Hughes. Oh, here we go. Matt Serra, well, a little bit at the end of the career, things a little shaky, won the season Ultimate Fighter 4, knocks out GSP. Riding high, but that turned on a monster. And ever since that fight, when they had a rematch, we never saw GSP lose again. So now I wonder for Nunes, was this resetting the clock, as they say, going back to the drawing board and getting things back together, do a Rocky 3, let's go back to the beginning, back where it all started. I don't know if she was running on the beach with her trainer in yellow tank tops and shorts. I don't know if she was doing that. I don't know if she was boom, 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 there is no tomorrow. Sorry, I'll get into a Rocky 3 right there. My bad, my
Great
bad,
film.
my bad.
Great
It's
film.
a great film. Hey, what are your predictions for the thing? Predictions? Pain. Sorry. But did this wake up Amanda Nunes? Does this wake up the Lioness? It is going to be very interesting. What is the strategy? We know Nunes is good on the ground and grappling. Peña, that's where she wants to go. But she also shocked the world by saying, I'm going to stand in the phone booth with you, slug it out with you, and she did. It's going to be interesting to see what attack both of these women take. I do hope Peña can at least serve up and say, hey, this wasn't just a one-trick pony. I am ready to come out here and defend this title and try to prove that I'm the new queen of the mountain. I'm up here again. This is my time now. For Nunes, she's still the featherweight champion. She's still, excuse me, she is still the 145 champion, so she does have a title. She does. Not many options to defend it right now, but it is very exciting to see these two go back at it again. I cannot wait. Griff, we're going to run through a couple of these other matches on the card as well. We got Brandon Moreno defending his title in the co-main event, but we got the Beast, the Black Beast, Derek Lewis returning. Hey, man, this is the epitome of I'm either going to knock you out or I'm going to lose. Like, I'm swinging for the fences every time. Derek Lewis is taking on Sergey, Griff, help me out here, Sergey Pavlovich in the heavyweight division. This is going to be fantastic. Derek Lewis, one of the most deadly strikers and power punchers in UFC history. How do you see this matchup turning out?
It's so hard to guess a Derek Lewis fight.
Yeah.
Derek Lewis, for a minute there, not that long ago, he was in talks with possibly getting that chance to fight Francis and go for that belt. But then Tuivasa comes out of nowhere and starts slugging in his own hometown. That's a hard loss. It seems like every time Derek Lewis has a fight, you know, there's no question he's a great fighter. He is a beast. It's in the name. He's great, but it's hard to know when he's gonna turn it on for a fight and when he's just not gonna have it.
Yeah,
I think from going over his past fights, there's not too much pressure. There's not a lot of expectations of what's going to happen after this fight. You know, we just want to see Derek Lewis. He's a fan favorite. Everyone tunes in to see him fight. I'm going to say Derek Lewis gets in there, gets it done. Maybe things go right. Maybe he goes back in there with Tuivasa. I would love to see that.
You know what? It'll be interesting to see what happens with him next. But first, he's got to get past Sergey, who is no easy slouch himself. This is a rising heavyweight in himself. So this would be a great name for him to get a victory over and propel him going forward to say, give me Tuivasa next. Give me Stipe Miocic. Give me whoever you need to. And I lined them up and I knocked them down. Now, I'm interested in this one, man. I'm going to be a little jealous of this particular matchup. We got Paulo Costa taking on former middleweight champion Luke Rockhold. The battle of the male models with the abs and the strong jawlines. That's why I got this cut right here so y'all can see my jawline. Griff, we're running toward the end of the show here, but this right here is going to be a fantastic matchup. Luke Rockhold has tried his luck at 205. Didn't go too well. Paulo Costa, some people say, should move up to 205. We'll see what happens. He's been talking with Patty about, hey, how do you get down and make weight every time? Let me try to implore that as well. That's going to be a fantastic matchup. Griff, UFC 277. Fans, I'm telling you guys, UFC 277, it is must see. 2 title fights on the card. One of the greatest knockout artists of all time. Former champions on the card. Possible future champions on the card. It is going to be fantastic. Just like this show was, Griff.
Another great one.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Main Event Podcast right here on franchisesportsmedia.com. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Go on social media. Follow us for more content on not just UFC and MMA, but all sports in general. Till next time, fight fans, you guys be easy. Peace.